A beam of light, containing the power to destroy everything, pierced through space and struck the Black Tower. The explosive force shattered the space around the tower, causing it to collapse. Boom! The entire valley, stretching for thousands of miles, trembled violently. A giant hand appeared and ripped apart the valley once more. The massive chasm, which was originally thousands of miles long, was now torn open to a length of tens of thousands of miles. The sheer force was unimaginable. Aren't they from this world? Outside the valley, Xiao stared in shock at the terrifying scene before him. After hearing from Xiao Heavenly God that both Xiao Yin and Xiao Xun'er were not from this Doqi world, he was already in a state of great astonishment. Could they be related to the divine soldiers from hundreds of years ago? An elder asked cautiously. Impossible. Xiao Heavenly God shook his head, denying the thought. None of the divine soldiers from hundreds of years ago had the bloodline of my Xiao clan. Let's wait and see. Maybe they really can eliminate those evil spirits. Beneath the grand Forbidden Valley, energy waves rampaged through the air. Dozens of black coffins were crushed, and from within them, figures cloaked in black mist erupted, moving with a terrifying speed. These beings exuded an aura of pure evil, as though they were anti-world entities. However, when they attempted to soar into the sky, they couldn't break through the light barrier formed by the dimension embryo, and even a trace of demonic energy couldn't leak out. At the center of the energy wave, the Black Tower, struck by Xiao Yan's attack, was activated, but its durability exceeded Xiao Yan's expectations. Boom! The Black Tower seemed to possess its own consciousness. Golden flames began to spread from it, forming golden fire dragons that circled the tower, resisting the impact of Xiao Yan's beam. As the number of fire dragons grew, the intensity of the flames increased. When the number of fire dragons reached dozens, the attack Xiao Yan casually released was gradually neutralized. Such powerful flames, Xiao Yan murmured, somewhat surprised as he observed the dozens of golden fire dragons circling the tower. Though the beam he shot out was a casual attack, its power was enough to severely injure a third-grade supreme. Yet it was completely countered by the golden fire dragons on the Black Tower. It seemed that the powerful figure who suppressed the Venom Demon Emperor hundreds of years ago was no ordinary person. Even the Black Tower used for suppression was so unyielding. How about this? Xiao Yan smiled faintly and flicked his finger. A dazzling flame shot out. It was the Imperial Flame. Now, the Imperial Flame had far surpassed its previous form. How would it compare to the golden fire dragons? Boom! As the Imperial Flame, the fire of emperors, pierced the void and struck the Black Tower, the dozens of golden fire dragons began to resist with all their might. The Imperial Flame, now fused with nearly 30 types of fire, was powerful enough to rank in the top 40 of the 100 million flames ranking. Yet under the oppressive force of such a formidable flame, the golden fire dragons showed no signs of surrender. This demonstrated just how powerful these flames were. However, these fire dragons only resisted for a brief moment before being trapped in the prison formed by the Imperial Flame. Xiao Yan didn't want to destroy these flames, as he vaguely sensed something extraordinary about the golden fire. Among the flames he knew on the 100 million flames ranking, there was one that resembled the one before him. To think I would encounter this here. I believe I know who suppressed these evil spirits, Xiao Yan said. Daddy, this fire doesn't seem to be on the heavenly flames ranking, Xiao Xun'er asked curiously. This isn't a flame from the Doqi continent, so it wouldn't appear on the heavenly flames ranking, Xiao Yan replied with a faint smile. His thoughts moved, and the dozens of golden fire dragons imprisoned within the Imperial Flame appeared in his palm. These fire dragons did not emanate a destructive power, but anything they came into contact with would be refined and consumed, including people. It was said that when the number of fire dragons reached over 100, even supreme experts could be refined. This was refining fire, ranked 7th on the 100 million flames ranking. In the Great Thousand Worlds, only one race possessed it. Xiao Yan did not expect that the mysterious powerhouses who had saved this Doqi world hundreds of years ago were actually part of the two pinnacle existences of the Great Thousand Worlds, the primordial divine clan. With a flick of his sleeve, Xiao Yin summoned the imperial flame, along with several dozen fire spirits, into his supreme sea. However, he kept them separated, fully aware that the flames before him were one of the clan's legendary divine flames. Although these fire dragons combined didn't even amount to a single fire seed, refining them could potentially attract the attention of the primordial divine clan, which would not end well. However, Xiao Yin also recalled that the person who had suppressed the Venom Demon Emperor hundreds of years ago likely held a low position within the primordial divine clan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have only gathered these few dozen fire spirits. If they had gathered hundreds, the Venom Demon Emperor would have been obliterated long ago. It was said that thousands of years ago, a heavenly supreme powerhouse of the primordial divine clan had used 100,000 fire spirits to refine and annihilate an extraterritorial heavenly emperor. Xiao Yin gazed at the fire spirits in his supreme sea and felt a twinge of regret. Such a rare thing, and he could only watch it. But then, an idea sparked in his mind, and he directed the vast spiritual energy in his supreme sea to nourish these fire spirits. Since he couldn't refine them with the flame mantra, perhaps he could cultivate them. Who knew? They might be useful in the future. After dealing with the fire spirits, Xiao Yin turned his attention back to the Black Tower ahead. Since those were fire spirits, it meant that the Black Tower in front of him was the legendary Primordial Divine Tower. Boom! Just as Xiao Yin focused on the Primordial Divine Tower, an overwhelming surge of evil power erupted from beneath the tower, now freed from its suppression. The rolling, monstrous demonic energy surged out like black liquid, flooding the surroundings. The evil aura quickly corrupted the space within thousands of feet, turning everything black except for the area where Xiao Yin and Xiao Xiao stood. That blackness carried a deeply malevolent presence. "Dad, this demon emperor isn't as powerful as I imagined," Xiao Xiao said, standing on the blackened earth. She felt the malicious energy surging from the Black Tower, but showed no sign of surprise. Instead, she looked disdainful, as the energy felt no more dangerous than that of an 8-star Do Sheng. "Heh, one should never judge by appearances," Xiao Yin chuckled in response to Xiao Zhao's dismissive words. As his words finished, they were immediately proven true. Boom! The surging demonic energy from the Black Tower exploded with an intensity far greater than before. The tower reached its limit and exploded, releasing a demonic power that was dozens of times fiercer than earlier. Feeling this sudden surge of power, Xiao Zhao's expression changed drastically. But from the explosion of the tower, a cold laugh echoed. Hee hee hee. The chilling laughter spread throughout the Grand Forbidden Valley, accompanied by an aura of pure evil. This power had risen to the level of a 1-star Do D. The reason the Venom Demon Emperor's power had only been comparable to that of an 8-star Do Sheng earlier was because of the suppression of the Black Tower. But now, with the tower's loss of fire spirits, it was no longer enough to suppress the Venom Demon Emperor, who had seized the opportunity to break free. How interesting! Who dares release this emperor? From the center of the surging demonic energy, a figure emerged, its entire body dripping with black liquid. The figure had no head, but a large black eye was positioned in its chest. Just one glance from Xiao Zhao made her feel uncomfortable. "You're the one from the extraterritorial evil clan?" Xiao Zhao squinted her beautiful eyes, looking at the Venom Demon Emperor. In the next moment, a powerful aura of supremacy emanated from her body, a force equal to the Venom Demon Emperor's. "Did you, little girl, release this emperor?" "Heh, you might as well become my puppet," the Venom Demon Emperor said, its voice dripping with malice despite the absence of a mouth. As the Venom Demon Emperor's words faded, its hand slowly rose, reaching toward Xiao Zhao with an oppressive grip. The demonic energy within thousands of miles gathered and formed an incredibly terrifying force, pressing down toward Xiao Zhao. Boom! Before the demonic energy could reach Xiao Zhao, the massive canyon above shattered, and the rocks within thousands of miles collapsed like a massive landslide from the heavens, with the space deep within the canyon twisting uncontrollably. This was the Venom Demon Emperor's power. Within a range of several thousand miles, fragments of rocks and stones from the mountains formed two colossal tidal waves of rock, each tens of thousands of feet high. They surged forward, carrying an overwhelmingly evil demonic aura, sweeping toward Xiao and Xiao below. The terrifying sound of the crashing waves even made Xiao and the others, who were tens of thousands of miles away, feel their hearts tremble. The Venom Demon Emperor was planning to bury Xiao and the others alive. "You disgusting bastard!" Looking at the Venom Demon Emperor, Xiao gritted her teeth in anger. A seven-colored rune appeared on her forehead, and in that moment, her aura surged once more, increasing slightly. "I refuse to believe I can't deal with you." With her aura rising, Xiao raised her hand and struck at both of the oncoming rock tidal waves simultaneously. In an instant, a brilliant seven-colored light swept outward, forming two massive waves of seven-colored energy that clashed violently with the rock tidal waves, which were laced with demonic energy. Boom! The two destructive forces collided deep within the canyon, causing the entire canyon to crumble under the pressure of the shockwaves. The clash between the demonic rock tidal waves and the seven-colored energy waves stalled for a brief moment, but Xiao's expression suddenly changed. Bang! The seven-colored energy wave, which had been holding its ground, was suddenly crushed and covered by the demonic rock tidal wave, causing it to collapse. Seeing this, Xiao quickly moved, darting upward toward the top of the canyon. Xiao, who had been standing beside her, placed his hands behind his back and slowly floated up into the sky, seemingly unfazed. Xiao knew that, while Xiao's power was on par with the Venom Demon Emperor's just now, ultimately, Doqi was still inferior to the power of the extraterritorial evil clans. Their strength had reached a level that could rival the spiritual energy of the Great Thousand Worlds. The Venom Demon Emperor, though not at his peak, had once possessed power comparable to a fourth-grade supreme before being suppressed for hundreds of years and having most of his strength refined away by the heavenly flame. Now, his strength was only comparable to an early-stage supreme, which made him roughly on the same level as Xiao. The difference lay in the strength of their powers. Xiao could compensate for this difference if she could fully control the heavenly flames, but she had not mastered all of them. Xiao was testing whether Xiao could turn the tide and triumph in this seemingly hopeless situation. Boom! At that moment, dozens of demonic light beams shot toward Xiao from the sky. These beams came from the dozens of king-level evil demons trapped within the protective barrier. These demons possessed strength capable of battling high-level doshungs, but they couldn't shake the light barrier. Eventually, they realized that the barrier had been set by Xiao, and since there was no visible energy fluctuation from him, they concluded that killing him was the only way to escape. However, Xiao ignored the incoming beams. As the beams neared him, they suddenly vanished, reappearing around the king-level evil demons, blasting them backward. By the time the demons regained their senses, they found themselves trapped within spherical light prisons that even their full strength couldn't budge. Buzz! Dozens of light orbs suspended behind Xiao, each imprisoning one of the king-level venom demons. They were neatly arranged, while Xiao, in a relaxed manner, conjured a light chair and sat down. Now, he would observe how Xiao dealt with the Venom Demon Emperor. Several thousand miles away, two figures hovered in midair, locked in a tense standoff. Xiao's expression was grave. The Venom Demon Emperor's strength had exceeded her expectations. Yet, the Venom Demon Emperor appeared even more stunned. Not because of Xiao, but because of the figure seated several thousand miles away, watching the battle like a spectator. This person had done nothing but subdue dozens of king-level venom demons with a single move. That level of skill was certainly superior to the young girl before him. While the Venom Demon Emperor's attention shifted toward Xiao's voice rang out clearly, startling not only Xiao but also Xiao and the others, far away. "So you're the Venom Demon Emperor, right? If you can defeat my daughter, I'll let you go. How about it? If you can defeat my daughter, I'll set you free." Xiao's calm words echoed through the skies, shaking both Xiao and the members of the Xiao clan who were far away. Thousands of miles away, Xiao Heavenly God and the others grew anxious upon hearing Xiao's words. The Venom Demon Emperor was no ordinary being. Hundreds of years ago, the Venom Demon Emperor had single-handedly crushed the Xiao and Yin clans, annihilating them with ease. Such a powerful evil spirit, if not destroyed while its power was waning, could pose endless trouble in the future. If the Venom Demon Emperor were to release the evil spirits that were suppressed elsewhere in the continent, the entire Do-Chi world might face an apocalyptic disaster once again. Ha ha ha, who do you think you are? Do you really believe that I would fall for such nonsense? The Venom Demon Emperor laughed loudly after hearing this. Besides, even if I'm not at my peak right now, if I can't defeat you, you won't be able to stop me from leaving. The Venom Demon Emperor's words, heard by many of the strong members of the Xiao clan from afar, left no room for doubt. Unless a Do-Di powerhouse from the supercontinent formed a siege, the Venom Demon Emperor could escape unhindered, and even the combined strength of the Xiao clan wouldn't be able to stop him. Oh, you're so confident. Hearing the Venom Demon Emperor's words, Xiao Yin chuckled mockingly. He slightly raised his hand, and immediately the Venom Demon Emperor felt the world around him beginning to shift. When he regained his senses, he found himself in the midst of a vast expanse of stars. This was the edge of the Do-Chi world. Xiao Yin had casually moved him here with a wave of his hand. The sheer power of this act sent a tremor through the Venom Demon Emperor. Now he understood who Xiao Yin really was. No wonder this man exuded such domineering confidence, sitting there like a supreme emperor, with the power to hold the entire world in his hands. He was the Lord of Dimensions. Once the Venom Demon Emperor realized this, he also understood one important thing. Before a Lord of Dimensions, even if he were at his peak, he would have no power to fight back. Boom. Realizing this, the Venom Demon Emperor pushed his power to the extreme and fiercely struck at the dimensional barrier in front of him. I must escape. On the other side, Xiao Xiao and the others watched as the Venom Demon Emperor vanished from sight, stunned. Had Xiao Yin really let him go? Just as they were wondering, a light screen appeared in the sky, revealing the scene at the edge of the Do-Chi world. There, the Venom Demon Emperor, a black figure, was furiously attacking the dimensional barrier. However, despite the Venom Demon Emperor's desperate and relentless attacks, the barrier merely twisted slightly, rebounding his demonic energy with ease. After several breaths, the Venom Demon Emperor finally ceased his attack and began to roar in frustration. Why? Why can't I tear open the dimensional rift? Damn it! His sinister voice echoed through the edge of the space. However, just as the last words left his mouth, the space behind him began to distort slowly. An aura, far more powerful than anything he had felt at his peak, began to seep from the rift. Sensing the overwhelming presence, the Venom Demon Emperor's face changed drastically. He spun around and retreated at full speed. Who's there? Show yourself. The Venom Demon Emperor's eyes narrowed, and he shouted. Heh, what's going on with the Xiao clan? How did you manage to escape? A calm and commanding voice, filled with the majesty of the heavens, came from the twisted space. Then, a figure in white robes stepped out. It was an ancient-looking man who seemed to embody countless years of history. Who are you? The Venom Demon Emperor's gaze turned serious as he looked at the figure. I am the ancestor of the Heavenly Clan, the Heavenly Emperor, the white-robed elder replied indifferently. The Heavenly Clan was the most powerful race in the entire Do-Chi world, and the Heavenly Emperor, who stood before the Venom Demon Emperor, was the strongest in the history of the Heavenly Clan and the Do-Chi world. His strength had reached the 7-star Do-Di level. The reason the Heavenly Emperor had appeared here was because this place was near the Heavenly Clan's territory. Upon sensing the familiar evil aura from hundreds of years ago, he had come to investigate. The barrier of this world has resisted me for 1,000 years, and even I could not break it. Do you really think a mere 1-star Do-Di like you can shake it? Ridiculous. The Heavenly Emperor scoffed. Then, he slowly raised his hand, releasing an aura so powerful that even a 3-star Do-Di would kneel before it. Boom. A terrifying pressure emanated from the Heavenly Emperor's body, locking the Venom Demon Emperor in place. The Venom Demon Emperor saw a massive seal forming in the sky, a seal so enormous, reaching 100,000 feet, that the sheer force contained within it was enough to annihilate him instantly, even at his peak. Originally, Most of the evil spirits in this world had been eradicated by the Heavenly Emperor. The remaining half of these evil spirits were either too powerful for the Heavenly Emperor to deal with or had been sealed within other races. In the Do-Chi world, unless there were special relationships, different races generally did not interfere with each other's internal matters. As a result, some evil spirits were fortunate enough to survive. However, the fact that the Venom Demon Emperor had appeared within the Heavenly Clan's domain meant that, for the Heavenly Emperor, it was an opportunity that could not be missed. Boom! The immense Heavenly Seal, spanning 100,000 zhong, completely enveloped the terrified Venom Demon Emperor and then pressed down. Beneath it, the Venom Demon Emperor didn't even have time to scream, and his aura disappeared from the world. Something's wrong. Suddenly, the Heavenly Emperor sensed something unusual. With a wave of his sleeve, the Heavenly Seal vanished. There was nothing under the seal, but that didn't mean the Venom Demon Emperor had been eradicated. The Heavenly Emperor could feel that before the seal had descended, the Venom Demon Emperor's aura had already vanished. How did he escape? Or rather, how did he do it? At that moment, millions of miles away, on the continent controlled by the Xiao and Yin clans, a protective shield still enveloped the area. But within it, a figure surrounded by black energy had been teleported back. Trembling slightly, he stared at the man calmly sitting on the light chair ahead. He had finally experienced the terrifying power of the Lord of Dimensions. Xiao Yin, however, knew exactly why the Venom Demon Emperor couldn't tear open the dimensional rift. It was because the Do-Chi world was vast, and its dimensional constraints were incredibly high. Only someone with the strength of an 8-star Do-Di could possibly break through. The Heavenly Emperor had been trying for thousands of years, yet he couldn't break it. The Venom Demon Emperor's entrance into this world had been facilitated by a land sovereign leading the way. Even at his peak, the Venom Demon Emperor couldn't tear open the dimensional rift. You inferior beings, what if you can kill me? Can you stop my evil clan from flattening the great thousand worlds and the lower dimensions in the future? The Venom Demon Emperor sneered at Xiao Yin. As for whether your extraterritorial evil clan can conquer those two worlds, I don't know. But I do know this. I can erase you in an instant. Xiao Yin replied coolly. With a single thought, an overwhelming pressure, far more terrifying than the heavenly thunder, began to descend upon the Venom Demon Emperor, as though it were about to crush him into dust. A Lord of Dimensions, and this is the extent of your credibility? The Venom Demon Emperor roared. As his voice echoed, the terrifying pressure above him vanished, replaced by Xiao Yan's unblinking gaze and a playful smile. Defeat my daughter, and I'll let you go. Xiao Yan said indifferently. You truly are a good father. After the terrifying pressure dissipated, the Venom Demon Emperor unleashed his full power. The demonic energy that spread across the sky formed a massive black tide nearly 100,000 zhong tall. Within the tide, countless eerie, high-pitched sounds could be heard, voices that unsettled the heart and mind. Who's going to defeat whom is still uncertain. At a distance of several 10,000 zhong, Xiao Xiao snorted coldly. A vast sea of seven-colored Do-Chi appeared behind her. In this Do-Chi world, Xiao Xiao had an advantage. The world's atmosphere was filled with spiritual energy that she could easily control. However, the demonic energy used by the Venom Demon Emperor couldn't be conjured from nothing. He could only gradually corrupt the Do-Chi in the air and convert it into his own demonic energy. The former could be used directly, but the latter required transformation first. This was Xiao Xiao's advantage. Crash! The seven-colored Do-Chi sea surged behind Xiao Xiao, and her dark hair began to transform into a rainbow of colors. The enchanting Xiao Xiao appeared even more bewitching. With a flip of her delicate hand, the seven-colored Do-Chi sea began to churn. From within, the forces of heaven and earth rapidly gathered, forming a long spear covered in seven-colored scales. The spear flew toward her, and Xiao Xiao extended her hand to grasp it. Crash! As Xiao Xiao grasped the seven-colored spear, the vast seven-colored Do-Chi surrounded her. The Do-Chi gradually solidified into a seven-colored armor, transforming Xiao Xiao into a warrior. This was Xiao Xiao's first time fighting with all her strength. She planned to hold nothing back. Heh, although this emperor is not at his full strength, it will still be a piece of cake to deal with a little girl like you. The Venom Demon Emperor sneered at Xiao, then raised his palm. Immediately, he slammed it forward with tremendous force. Boom! As the Venom Demon Emperor's palm descended, the dark tidal force that had gathered above him surged toward Xiao. Wherever it passed, the space itself was shattered. The sheer power of the attack sent shivers down the spines of Xiao Heavenly God, Xiao Zhentian, and others who were thousands of miles away. They could not help but feel dread, for under such an assault, they had no confidence in surviving. I'm going to the Great Thousand Worlds to see my mother. If you dare stop me, I'll kill you. Facing the oncoming dark tidal force, Xiao did not show any fear. Gripping her seven-colored spear tightly, her body shot forward like a lightning bolt. The seven-colored ocean behind her began to churn violently. Seven-colored Sky-Devouring Heaven. With a fierce cry, Xiao swept her spear through the air, and in that instant, from the swirling seven-colored ocean behind her, enormous seven-colored sky-devouring pythons formed from condensed doqi shot forward with a terrifying roar. These pythons were tens of thousands of feet long, and there were dozens of them, arranged in a row as they charged head-on into the dark tidal wave.